Ladies and gentlemen, let us begin this fine Tuesday with the Emerald Weapon. I still have no idea what I'm doing. Let's go. Summon Prey in attack mode. Whoops. Did not know I could fall off that. There it goes. Hello. Realized it too late. Making good progress, though. Yeah, it's a very sad day. in the wind. Come to this, but no matter what, you cannot afford to lose. Hello. Not even you can beat the Empire's finest. Activate Oversoul. Belisar combat data ready. Initiating organic core override. Ali, Fonzo, this is goodbye. Rex, what have you done? Hey, that's a familiar look. Gaius Van Belisar. Ooh, and a shift in music. This track is awesome! Mission complete. that's the emerald weapon. That was a fun fight. And so it ends. But why would Rex throw his life away for this? Should be Wackyo. You're right. If I'm ever to learn the truth, I must concentrate on the task at hand. Of course, we do not need to wait for Sid's analysis to tell us whose combat data was used on this occasion. It galls me to think that my techniques and strategies could be so closely replicated. Nevertheless, observations I made during the battle may yet prove useful. As a matter of fact, that was not the only information I was able to gather. I intercepted a signal that revealed the troops stationed here were permitted to withdraw, seemingly in return for assisting the 7th Legion. They must have known that the Alliance would follow the Emerald weapon here sooner or later and make good their escape. Meaning, the way is now clear for Sid to inspect the War Machina's remains. We got here as soon as we could. Not that we could have done anything to prevent this tragedy. From what we know, it seems that the Emerald weapon was ilm for ilm a great deal more powerful than the previous two. If this is allowed to continue, who knows what sort of monstrosity the 7th Legion will conceive next. Nevertheless, Indolent has once again proved himself capable of overcoming the worst the Empire has at its disposal. You may be relieved to hear that Castrum Orsidinius, was free of anything resembling a weapon. Fortunately, it was also devoid of any useful leads, and we came away empty-handed. In all honesty, part of me wishes we had never found the Emerald weapon. Perhaps then Rex would not have been forced to make the ultimate sacrifice. I only hope that he is finally at peace. We will do what we can to spare others from sharing his fate. I and the Ironworks will research this place from top to bottom for clues as the 7th Legion's plans. Before that, allow me to sweep the area for booby traps and the like. I would not put it past the Imperials to have left a few surprises for us. Agreed. I'll go with you. With that in mind, I'll begin my examination of the Emerald weapon. Carefully, that is. You do what you gotta do, Sid. How did you even get over there, Sid? Here comes another flashback. Alphonse, you knew all this time, didn't you? Melisandre and Rickon, too. Everyone except me. And you, Rex? Yes. That's what this synthetic Aurosite system is. The fusion between Pilot and the core is the key to Oversoul. And unless we use it, we don't have a chance of beating Father's newfound friends. They stay between us and the Primals, without which the weapons will never reach their full potential. We thought that if they knew the truth about Oversoul, they'd try to stop us. Of course I would. But what I don't understand is why all of you are so willing to give your lives to the weapons project. What is it all for? It all began the day Father left. Without his guidance, protection, Guardians have lost any respect they once had for us. But their cruelty pales in comparison to Valens. To him, conscript like us are expendable commodities. An endless supply of test subjects for his twisted experiments. But no matter what they do to us, they will never lose hope. If it is the duty of the strong to lead the weak, we will become strong and protect those who cannot protect themselves. The weapon project will give us the strength we need. We will create a world where people like us can live without fear of persecution. We want you to see this new world for yourself, Allie. Even if we must give our lives to make it a reality. But why me? The years spent serving the Empire has changed us all. Except you, Allie. Even after everything you've seen, you're still caring, innocent girl we grew up with. More than any of us, you deserve a chance at happiness. That's what we all agreed. Allie, listen to us. Right now, the soldiers assigned to watching over us have been called away to the capital. Now is our chance to get you out of here. And why don't you come with me? If Alphonse and I were to run away now, they'd only force others to take our place. We can't let that happen. This is our way of upholding the ideals our father instilled in us. Our lives are a small price to pay for wordless freedom. No. How can you expect me to leave you behind? I won't do it. She's so fucking small! We will forever be at your side, Allie. Rex, take her to the holding cells. No! Let me go! So, win or lose, the plan is to hand over the cash from the father, is it right? Yes. I'll take Allie into the custody before the Guardians return, while you will be free to pilot the Emerald weapon without her interfering. We can't let her hinder the completion of the weapons project. I'm counting on you, Alphonse. Don't let our sacrifices be in vain. Rex, have you forgotten what I told you? You mustn't use the Oversoul. I can't lose you too. We both know I can't win without it. Besides, we need the combat data of the Emerald weapon fighting as at its peak, if we're to have any chance of perfecting the synthetic Orosite system. You know I'm not the sort to do things by halves. Forgive me, Rex. Don't you worry about me. If this is where I meet my end, I'll do it with a smile on my face. The rest is up to you, Alphonse. Hey, KO2. Yeah, I understand. Figured as much, but pleasure to have you back all the same. This is the girl you spoke of, yes? She was locked in a cell, but I saw no harm in letting her out. Can't say for certain, but it seems she's been through quite an ordeal. No. Ah, poor Allie. Why, Rex? Why? Gaius, once you've extracted the core, we'll take it back to Turncliffe for analysis. Perhaps she could come with us. There's no use in her staying here. Ah, you bought gear from the auction house. Good to know. Severa is taking care of Ali, but it may be some time until her nerves have settled. If the vision you witness is indeed true, Alphonse and Rex lock her away for her own safety. When she is ready, I will know more of what her brother hopes to achieve, and why he must resort to such desperate measures. Yeah, no problem, man. Hallie's condition has improved somewhat, but she remains in a state of shock. We must give her more time to recover. There was one other thing that I thought you should know. When we checked her for injuries, we saw that her back was covered in welts and bruises. Who did this to her? It seems she was subjected to beatings on a regular basis. Judging by the varied stages of bruising, I dare say this is the work of her guardian masters. You speak as though you have seen this before. Seen? I lived through it myself. I was born in Werlet. 23 summers past. My mother was a local woman, but my father was a pure-blooded guardian and a member of the occupying forces. Though I know very little about him, his rank afforded me imperial citizenship. His acknowledgement of our familial ties was the extent of the responsibility he took for bringing me into this world. Still, it is more than can be said for most of his ilk. My mother and I were shunned by the people who were it, treated us as badly as the Guardians did, if not worse. I thought that if we were to become an imperial soldier, my position might somehow deter those who cast scorn at my mother, if only out of fear. And so I joined the army. The acceptance I earned was but temporary. However, and my superiors were quick to blame my perceived shortcomings on my savage lineage. Rather than waste time on official court-martials, they administered their own form of corporal punishment. I was eventually assigned to the 12th Legion, fought under Xenos Galvus in Alameda. In the chaos that followed our defeat, I seized the opportunity to flee from Werlet. While I was never much of a home, it was all I had, but nothing could prepare me for what awaited. My mother had, for years, suffered from poor health, and relied on medicine to keep her alive. In my absence, the Guardians had denied her treatment, claiming that it would be a waste for use on savages. By the time I could return to her side, there was naught I could do. There was nothing left for me in Werlet. I would be punished for my dissertation. The Imperials discovered the reason for my return, and was never accepted by my so-called countrymen to begin with. I ran as far as my legs could carry me. It was then that I met Gaius. So, that is the truth of it. Other than a few scant details, I knew naught of your past. It sickens me to think that I once fought under the same banner as such vile creatures. I had always believed it to be my duty of the strong to lead the weak. Yet, there are those who become drunk on the power afforded by this station, and prey on the ones they should protect. Like a canker, this corruption has spread to every part of the Empire. Even those with Guardian blood, such as myself, are subject to their cruelty. They hold particular contempt for the Aura, an easy target for abuse being so few in number. Perhaps, like me, Allie thought she would be spared treatment once she joined the army. Alas. Yeah, sounds very familiar. Only hope that with time, Allie can put the past behind her and make new life for herself. But for now, all we can do is wait for her delirium to subside. It is Victor's turn to keep watch. Let us ask him for if there has been any change. Time to drink water! Right. Let it over there. I suppose you're here to ask about Allie. Is she well enough to speak with us? As her condition has improved somewhat, I would say so, provided you do not cause her any undue distress. Wait here. See what it is. Allie, I'm sorry. Rapid Rex, it was my fault. Melisande and Rickon, too. They died because of me and my foolish ambitions. Father, no. This cannot go on. Please, Allie, you must tell me all you know. Of course. First, I need to know what became of you and your siblings after we parted. So much has happened. Seems like a lifetime ago after your disappearance. We were all assigned to the newly formed 7th Legion. At first, each legatus was quickly replaced by the next, until eventually, a man named Valens Varo was given command. He was sent from the capital, but before that, he was a specialist in experimental magic weaponry. We later discovered that he was ordered by Emperor Varus to complete a project involving anti-primal war machina, the weapons. But after the Emperor's death, he was free to employ whatever methods he saw fit, and his greed for power only grew. Wow. Sapphire weapon is bigger than I thought it was. Some even say he is planning to use the power of the weapons to lay claim to the throne. But I think there's another reason for his obsession with the weapon project. Not that he'd ever tell anyone, but he's always muttering to himself. I've been able to put the pieces together. He's jealous of you, Father. Valens von Varo. I must admit, it was only recently that I first heard that name. Valens used his knowledge of magic to devise various military strategies. He was given a position in the army and quickly rose through the ranks. That was until one man stood in his way. You, Father. He was one of the candidates to lead the new 14th Legion, but the role fell to you. After that, he was assigned to serve under a far more gifted engineer, Nero, who was in charge of restoring the Ultima weapon. Valens has resented you ever since, going so far as to oppose the ideas you upheld. Where you treated those who served the Empire based on merit rather than the race or origin, Valens is adamant that pure-blooded Guardians are superior to all others. It never ceases to amaze me how far some will go in the name of revenge. All the hatred festers away. Nothing good could ever come of it. So the mark in your body are his handiwork. Moon! Yes. The Volans and his men, we are no more than fodder for experiments. Playthings on which they can vent their frustrations. Every day is filled with nothing but pain. If I had remained in Garlemald, you would never have been forced to endure this abuse. It is not your fault, Father. We could have fled from Volans if we'd wanted to. After all, we're expendable and easily replaced. The truth is, that's exactly why we couldn't run. In saving ourselves, we would have been condemning others. But if we were to stay, see the weapons project to its completion, we would gain the power to defeat Volans, and then the Empire itself, freeing the world from its tyranny. The way he might start afresh. Find a place we can call home. Not just for us, but for everyone who wishes to live in peace. You would give your lives to a future you may not live to see. We took courage from your teachings, Father. The strong must lead the weak, and we would gain that strength by whatever means necessary. We will fight for the sake of those who cannot. But we knew that you'd never consent to our participation in the weapons project, which is why we couldn't turn to you for your help. As the pilots, we're the only ones able to stop Volans. We know just how powerful the weapons are. We would use them to bring the world to its knees. His masterpiece is the worst of them all. If only I could get my hands on it, and I could save Alphonse and all of Wurlet. Father, I know you and Alphonse stand on opposing sides of this conflict, but there must be some way we can help him. He may have called you our enemy before, but he never meant it. He still loves you, Father. You are everything he aspires to be. I have failed him. Failed you all. But I refuse to abandon him to his fate. I will free him from Volans, if it is the last thing I do. Thank you. He needs you, now more than ever. Listen, Allie. I once sought the strength to rebuild the world as I saw fit, but the ultimate weapon was born not to create, but to destroy. Alphonse must not follow in my footsteps. I know all too well where they lead. I will do all I can to help your brother. Pray, tell me where he is. He's... Sorry, I don't know where he could be. In that case, I shall have the Alliance dispatch scouts. Wherever he is, we will find him. As for you, Allie, you must stay here and rest. Wait, you're the one who fought Rex Wicon and Melisandre, aren't you? Not purposefully. We're the ones who threatened your homeland. You only did what you had to do. I have no right to ask this of you, but... Lend my father your strength. Save Alphonse. I'll do my best, kid. I know now why they call you hero. Lady, you just now met me. Alphonse, I'll do what I must to free you, if it means going against father's wishes. But I have a good feeling about this new friend. I'm a rabbit. Severa, see that she has everything she needs. I'll spies must be informed of these troubling events. May I ask you to relay this news to the troops in Garabania? Your loving father acts may fool the others, Gaius, but not me. For every life you saved, you've ended 1,000 more. Oh, is this your idea of redemption? Call it what you will. For all my transgressions, I believe I still have a part to play. Was I wrong to spare you that day? Or will you honor your word? It seems the time has come for the Black Wolf to show his true colors. Well, I guess we'll have to Garabania, folks. I ho Suva. Away! Oh, I gotta do my turbo accent again, don't I? How did I give this man an accent? We recently received word of your victories over the Emerald Weapon. I expected it was another fine display on your part. Not that any of us were there to see it. I died like twice. For that reason, we'd be grateful if you'd give us a blow-by-blow account, if you wouldn't mind. So I got blown off the edge like twice. Good grief! It sounds like you had an awful lot to contend with, rather than me. I should add this to our ever-growing stack of reports. Should anyone wish to review this information ahead of the next sortie. Now, if I may say so, it looks like your orderlies have taken the toll. We'll let you know if anything requires our attention, but until then, be sure to get some rest. How are you these days? But that wind was strong again. Yeah, it's getting stronger again. It's getting warm again. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Three weapons, three pitiable displays of ineptitude. To make matters worse, one of my prime candidates, your precious sister no less, has escaped. That's fucking brutal. And who should she go crawling to but that swine Gaius? After everything I've done for her. And this is how she repays me. As an older brother, it's your responsibility to instill some discipline in her, and you've failed miserably. Well, don't just stand there, boy. Oh, of course. It's your first time, isn't it? Come along. There's no need to be shy. Out of all the Guardians we've seen, he looks the most bland. you say, something wicked has taken hold of this young man, and it is our job to cleanse his troubled spirits. It may look painful, but it is the only way, I assure you. He'll be ever so grateful, and you want him to get better, don't you? That's a good boy. Now, let us try again, shall we? Burn out the bad. Burn out the bad. Burn out. Burn out the bad. 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 Did I leave the oven on? Never mind. Probably nothing. Oh my god! Well done! Well done! You've made your father proud. Yes, very proud indeed, I would say. As for you, I thought you were cut above the rest of the savages, but it appears I was mistaken. Since you allowed that wretched sister of yours to escape, it falls to you to act as her replacement. I choose you as the next pilot, and your mission is simple. Kill Gaius Van Belisar, whatever it takes, and if you so much as entertain the idea of betraying me again, I'll exterminate every last one of your kind. Like the vermin they are. Having said that, we will be forcibly initiating Oversoul using Xenos' combat data, so whatever schemes you may be hatching will never come to pass. All you need to do is sit back and let the synthetic Orosite system do the work, with you as its conduit. You should thank me for allowing you to become part of my masterpiece. Your worthless existence will finally have some semblance of meaning. Lord Valence, preparations for the Oversoul trial are complete. We await your orders. Splendid. There's never a dull moment around here. Now then, boys, who'd like to see something special? Come along, everyone. Father has a secret to share with you. Looks like he kidnaps little girls. Yeah, that's true. Hello, Von Varro? How the fuck did he close the door without touching it? has a button. Muffin button. This is my choice. It's all thanks to the sacrifices made by my dear siblings. Finally, the weapon will be mine to command. Once it has reached perfection, it will be unstoppable. First Volans, and the Empire itself will fall. We will be free at last. Father, keep Alice safe. Melisandre, Rakan, Rex, I'll see this through to the end. I promise. Until then, watch over me. So, is it ready or not? Trial sequence has been primed, sir. And get on with it. Initiating synthetic Orosight system. Loading diamond weapon simulation. What's going on? You're helping us with a little research is all. Whatever your name is. The time has come for you to contribute to the glory of Garlemald. This is what we agreed. You said that if I took part in the experiments, you'd let my family go. You have Xenos' data loaded, yes? Activate Oversoul and be quick about it. Understood, Lord Volans. Galvus combat data sampling ready. Initiating organic core override. I have the power! My mind is... No, if this is what it takes to protect you, I love you. Sorry. That's fucking metal. I just want to know one more of them. Where is my prey? Organic core override complete. Xenosia Galvus data loaded. Subject is instinctively bound to seek out prey right from the outset. Regardless of the combat prowess it may boast, I need an obedient servant, not a ravenous beast. Enough! Shut it down. Deactivating synthetic Orosight system. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Blubber! How revolting! What a mess it makes of the cockpit. Adjust the settings and prepare for another run. Fortunately, we have the next test subjects ready and waiting. But so, you agreed to release the family in exchange for this cooperation. never knew you had such a wonderful sense of humor. The great Valens von Varro bargaining with savages. More fool him for trusting me in the first place. This guy is on a speed run of just being an evil bastard for the sake of it. Did I tell you that those pilots wear the PvP Shadowbringers armor? Yeah, I think you did. We talked about that at some point in the last few weeks. You can take a look at the wolf's den. Just realized that there was a war crime speed run. God, every Guardian seems to be on a speed run of war crimes. In memory, Resistance troops wish to help the newfound allies in Turngrip. Internet, I was hoping I might have a word with you. Ever since Turngrip was liberated, we've been sending troops to aid in getting town back on its feet. Helping the residents, that sort of thing. We Adamegans know how hard life can be for a society struggling to stand on its own after years of imperial rule. A lot of what most people would take for granted has to be rebuilt from the ground up. While we're able to assist when it comes to providing basic resources and keeping the place safe, there are countless other problems that need attending to. If you could spare the time, we could use your help. Bless you, Indolent. You are a saint. I'm sure the people of Turncliff will benefit from having seen the likes of you around. What's already? Have word with your usual escort. I wish all the best. Remember that most soldiers are conscripts from conquered nations. That is true. So, boss roped you into helping me, did he? I knew you couldn't say no. Rabbit, 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 rabbit. You, the one who piloted the war machina. Defeated the sapphire weapon, aren't you? That's me. I thought so. I've heard much about you, and I doubt you know who I am. My name is Avilinia, and I grew up here. I stayed through the occupation and was put to work as a Magitech engineer. Thanks to you and yours, we are now rid of the Imperials, though I fear many of us will struggle to put the past behind us. For 10 long years, we suffered at their hands. A whole generation of young people were forced into the army and sent off to die in some distant land. I suppose I could be considered one of the lucky few. My work here kept me away from the battlefield, and I hope that with my contributions might help the others live long enough to make their way home. In the end, most of them never returned. Though my efforts were in vain, I can at least honor the memory. I want to leave something behind for their sake. To prove that they haven't been forgotten. A monument bearing their names. To ensure that not a single person is omitted, I need to see the official list of conscripts. If one still exists, I would be inside the Imperial facility beneath the town, but the Resistance troops and Ironworks engineers closed the place off. I can't get near it. Perhaps you might have a word with them for me. I'll leave as soon as I find the list. Thank you. I'll follow your lead. Something I can help you with? I see. It's a bit unusual for one of the locals to show an interest in the Imperial's leavings, but seems she has her reasons. Since we're still carrying out our investigations, we've closed the place off to prevent anyone interfering. Considering it's you who's asking, though, I can hardly say no. So, I'd better go with her, in case the others kick up a fuss. You are very kind. That music is somewhat relaxing. Sorry for any trouble I've caused. You have my thanks. Think nothing of it. I was glad to help. As I suspected, the Imperials kept detailed records of the local conscripts. One name in particular stood out to me. My friend, Melisandre. I had no idea she'd been assigned to the 7th Legion of all places. What do you mean, of all places? It all began while we were serving together in the 14th Legion. We had much in common, both being adrift from the same occupied territory. We soon became firm friends. Then one day she was sent to fight in Eorzea, while I remained here. The day before she left, she came to say goodbye, together with her foster siblings from the orphanage. The youngest one, Rickon, was particularly upset about not being allowed to speak with the adopted father, Gaius van Belisar, before they departed. It was actually another of his orphans, Livia Sastunis, who forbid them from seeing him. Can't say for certain, but it seemed that Livia had a strong attachment to Gaius, and wouldn't let anyone else near him. As far as I could tell, he tried his best to keep Livia at arm's length whenever possible, but her devotion to him was bordering on obsession. She became extremely jealous at the slightest sign of affection between him and other wards. Others, however, treated them far more kindly. In fact, a Prefectus Custodium of the 14th Legion came specifically to meet them. While I was surprised that a Rogaden had risen to such a rank, I was even more taken aback by the unguarded manner in which he spoke with his subordinates. I had hoped that with people like him serving on the Eorzean front, they would be in safe hands. It's really scary that our first enemy of the entire game, Gaius' 14th Legion, was the most progressive of the Guardians, next to the Popularis. Then the time came for Melisandre to leave. We shared a few final words, and then she was gone. It would be the last I ever saw of her. It's just sad, yeah. And we like kneecapped that all because of La Habrea. Good job, La Habrea. You ruined everything for everyone. After that, I was assigned to the Tribunonis. Oh, fuck these Latin words. At the 14th, Nero Toscava. And I worked on restoring the Ultima weapon. I was even at the Praetorium the day it was destroyed, but I escaped aboard an Imperial ship moments before it came crashing down. I eventually made my way back to Willet, only to be drafted into the 7th Legion to continue working in the weapons project. Even now, it makes me sick to my stomach to think I'd been helping bring those abominations into this world. Using a living pilot to feed the weapons core was part of the design from the very beginning. Of course, I'd never dream of subjecting a true-born Guardian to such barbaric treatment. Not when the 7th Legion has already a supply of provincial conscripts ripe for the taking. pilots were referred to only... The pilots were referred to only by their code names. The engineers were not made privy to their true identities. Even with the list of conscripts, I still don't know who was sacrificed in the name of the weapons project. Your skills and knowledge can finally be put together. Yes, let's put the weapons project together. Yeah, it's weird that the weather sometimes helps out with these cutscenes. But what can I do? For years, all I've known is how to build tools of destruction. The 7th Legion is far from finished. They're biding their time, waiting until the right moment to unleash the final weapon. And when they do, it will bring naught but death and woe to all who stand in their way. Even after everything they've taken from us, they still want more. If it weren't for the Empire, Melisandre would still be here. She was the kindest person I ever met, but to the Empire, she was just another pawn in the games. I will never forget her. There's a way I could make a difference, I know there is. But first, I need to speak with the members of the Ironworks. I have a feeling the war machina you used to beat the Sapphire weapon will be called into action again. Until then, there's still time to make improvements, and I intend to help. I'll still be going ahead with the plan to build a monument, but stopping the Empire must come first. I hope Melisandre and the others can wait a little longer. Before I go, allow me to express my gratitude. I wouldn't know what I'd have done if it weren't for you. Until we meet again. More water! A lot of talking. Right. Back to the Praetoria, I guess. I said right. Activate Nerdybot. So, that's your time in Tincliffe. Weird as usual. I see. Fate had dealt her a cruel hand, but now she has a chance to make a fresh start. That could be said of the whole Tincliffe. Since the liberation of that one small town will become a pivotal moment in Wordet's history. Perhaps it won't be too long before the rest of the region is free from the Empire. Naturally, we'd be honored to fight alongside the people of Wordet. We won't rest until the Imperials are sent fleeing to the dales between the lakes. So the day arrives. We'll carry on doing our bit to support you, the others, in the ending of the Empire's project. And we're sure to pass on any pertinent information. In the meantime, take care. Yeah, okay. Duty in the sky with diamonds. The Resistance troops have received intriguing information from Wurlet. Yep. The Beatles. John? 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 We're the Beatles, John. I do a terrible Beatles impression. I can't do any impression, honestly. Wasn't expecting to see you here, considering all that's happened. About the years of late. Sir, you have a mind to assist us. We'd like to share the latest developments with it. And as luck would have it, it comes the ideal person to explain the situation. Thanks, well, I'll take it from here. It's John Cena! I'm glad to see you looking well, into it. Hey, Nago. It's been too long, Nago. Yes, it certainly has. Haven't seen you around Rogdel's Reach much lately. Anyone could think you trying to avoid me. But as much as I'd love to stand around chatting, I'm afraid I've got some serious business to discuss. Following the liberation of Turncliffe, it seems the people of Werlet also have their hearts set on freeing themselves from the grip of the Empire. Like-minded citizens have rallied under the banner of Werlet revolutionaries, and they aim to dispose the 7th Legion that currently occupies the city. The ranks include my former conscripts, and between them, they possess no small amount of combat experience. The only thing they lack is someone to lead them. After much consideration, they decided to turn to none other than Gaius Spellsar. Of course, many would balk at the thought of turning to the former enemy, and many did, but desperate times call for desperate measures. His reputation as a legatus speaks for itself, and most of Almegans will attest he was far more reasonable and pragmatic leader than his predecessor, the Mad King Theodoric, or his successor Xenos for that matter. But most importantly, he was the one who led the invasion of Werlet in the first place, so who better than him to take it back? After accepting their offer, he requested the delivery of additional arms and provisions from Alamegan resistance. We've got our hands full with the Telafroi, as do the rest of our allies in Eorzea, but we'll do what we can. While our comrades see to the preparations, I've been assigned to meet with him in person. I was wondering, could you accompany me to Turncliffe? Might as well. Thanks, Indolent. To be perfectly honest, coming face to face with the Black Wolf is a rather daunting prospect, even if he has supposedly turned over a new leaf. But I'm sure having you there will make a world of difference. I believe you're acquainted with our escort, yes? Let him know when you're ready to get going. Let's fucking go! Actually look like they wear armor as opposed to the Almegans. Can I spell aside, Basil? I come bearing the Almegan Resistance official reply to your request for aid. Here, check out this empty hand. Sure, I'll take it. Yep, that is an empty hand. It looks sort of like mine. I see. Yeah, my thanks. Does this mean we can finally make our move? With our assistance of the Alamegans, we will soon have sufficient arms at our disposal to stand a chance at victory. But lest we forget, the 7th Legion have been conserving its strength thus far. We must be prepared for severe casualties, should its full might be brought to bear. If our lives must be the price of freedom, we will pay it willingly. Let me be clear. The Alamegans have not forgotten that it was you who led the invasion on our homeland. The blood of our fallen loved ones is on your hands. Even so, the people of Wurlet chose you to lead the revolution. We will honor the decision. I may hope that they will not come to regret it. As do I. Should I be found unworthy of their trust, I shall submit the judgment and whatever they may entail. Forgive me, but might we return to the task at hand? First, I would like to discuss the transportation of supplies from Alamega. This way, if you please. Once again, I am prepared to lead an army into Wurlet. The irony is not lost on me. It is a cruel twist of fate that these people, so desperate from years of oppression, should turn to the conqueror for salvation. For most of my life, I believed that only the Empire possessed the strength and wisdom to lead mankind. That only through great sacrifice would civilization hope to thrive. And so I led the conquest of Eorzea, forcing the doctrine of Garlemald upon the ignorant and uncivilized. In every territory I sought out those with the potential for greatness, without regards for the one's birth or circumstances, that they might serve the Empire. But there are those, such as Valens, who see being born guardian of virtue in itself, one above all others. To think that a monster such as him should be granted the position of legatus, and everything that entails, makes my blood boil. Valens brings shame upon our homeland. Makes a mock of the ideals I once stood for. By my hand, he shall pay for his foul crimes. We are running out of time, Gaius. We have to go after her. There is something I would show you, but not here. Come with me. Hallie ran away. Yeah, I saw that coming. Run. You must keep this to yourself. I do not want the soldiers to think I am being distracted by my personal matters. This letter was found in her room. Dearest father, I'm so sorry for leaving without saying goodbye, but the thought of Alphonse suffering alone is more than I could bear. For his sake and the freedom of Wurlet, I have decided to take matters into my own hands. I know of a way to save them, a way to end it all. I've seized this chance before it is too late. My mind is set. Please, do not try to stop me, father. The day we spent together were the happiest of my life, and no matter what happens, nothing can take that away from me. With all my love, Allie. She is headed for the 7th Legion's stronghold in Wurlet. I'm certain of it. taking matters into her own hands. She must be planning to take control of one of the weapons. If so, there's no time to waste. We have mobilized our forces and saved Ali. We have mobilized our forces and we have to mobilize our forces and save Ali and Alphonse. There we go. That makes sense. I want nothing more than to save them, but I cannot ask the revolutionaries to risk their lives to rescue 2 Imperial soldiers. In any case, if we were to rush into battle without adequate preparation, the 7th Legion would tear our partisan army to shreds. And as capable warrior as indolent is, if he were to charge headlong into the heart of the enemy, he would be overwhelmed by sheer numbers. But if we don't do anything, Ali and Alphonse are as good as dead. I know, Severa. So did Ali when she wrote that letter. Returning alive was never part of her plan. Can you hear me? I'm in Roulet, just at South Castrum Colonium. All hells have broken loose. And there was an enormous explosion, and through the smoke and flames I saw what appeared to be another weapon. At this rate, the entire... Found it. We lost the signal. This must be what Ali spoke of in her letter. The way to end it all. Alphonse and the others were planning this from the beginning. To bring the weapon project to completion and use it to free Roulet from the Empire, even at the cost of their own lives. If the revolutionaries were to hear that a weapon has been unleashed upon the Imperial headquarters, they would see it as the perfect opportunity to strike. If it's running amok, we may not distinguish between allies and the Imperials. A large force would draw too much attention. The 3 of us should be able to get close enough without it noticing us. Bitch! I mean, between us, we'll find a way to save them, yes. So fucking sure. I cannot allow it. This is my burden to bear, and I shall bear it alone. Rest assured, I have every intention of making it out alive. I'll have you know, my record for surviving dangerous missions is impeccable so far. It's true. It's true. It's true. Very well. You didn't survive that big-ass explosion. For the time being, I will have revolutionaries stand by and await my signal. An opportunity to reclaim Roulet may yet present itself. But we must first be allowed to remove the threats of this new weapon. Severa, have said ready to Chivoy. Oh, that stupid thing again. Understood. Once your preparations are complete, let us reconvene outside the hangar. Beef and tacos, some beef and tacos, some beef and tacos, some beef. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. How wonderful it is to see you again, my dear. I was beginning to think you weren't coming back. In my impatience, I may have vented my frustrations on the brother of yours. I do hope you'll forgive me. Lord Valens, you mentioned before that the previous weapons were merely prototypes used to gather combat data within the cores. Yes, yes, very good. I see you have been paying attention after all. God, this voice is gonna kill my vocal cords. 1 second. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Yes, I have collected all versions of Pokemon. I mean, the primals they observe and the data they accumulated will serve a singular purpose. The completion of my masterpiece, the Diamond Weapon. But while you and your siblings were able to retrieve the necessary data from the Ruby weapon before Gaius and his lackeys arrived, Sapphire and Emerald were handed to the enemy on a silver platter. Those worthless curs failed to meet even my exceedingly low expectations. As detailed in my report, I took it upon myself to infiltrate Gaius Balasar's band of rebels and reclaim the data. Yes, you have done well, my dear. My engineers have already finished feeding it to the Diamond Weapon. Then all that remains is for me to assume my role as its pilot, for you to release my brother and the rest of our compatriots as per our agreement. You actually trusted him? Of course, a handful of savages is a small price to pay for your remarkable talents. Even though the weapons project's revolutionary technology allows even an untrained pilot to fight with the skills of a veteran soldier, only the truly gifted can draw out the full potential of the synthetic orosite. In addition to the physical attributes and combat prowess, I require unwavering loyalty before I can even consider entrusting a candidate with one of my creations, and you are everything I desire. I am honored that you regard me so highly, Lord Valens. However, in return for my continued cooperation, I wish to propose an extra condition to our arrangement. I request that the people of Werlet be given full imperial citizenship, the right to self-govern. My! How very bold of you, and quite astute at that. Yes, I could grant the people of Werlet citizenship if you so desire. Unfortunately, a mere legatus such as myself is in no position to simply relinquish control of imperial territory on a whim. Come now, you both know that the weapons are but a means to an end. Your intent is to march on the capital and claim it for yourself, correct? Once you have taken the throne, one small territory would seem a fair reward for those who played a vital role in the ascension of Emperor Valens. Oh my. I say, for someone so sweet and innocent, you certainly drive a hard bargain. Very well, if it is Werlet you want, it is yours. I'll soon have no need for its stinking backwater province anyway. And what about my brother? Ah, yes, Alwick, or was it Alfred? Whatever his name was, you needn't worry. I've made special arrangements for him. He'll be perfectly safe, provided you uphold your side of the agreement. Excellent. Now, let's get you aboard the Diamond Weapon, shall we? Oh, one step closer to my coronation. This moment that I've been waiting for. You're gonna die! I know this isn't what Father would have wanted, but it's the only way. please, forgive me. And she can hold a poker face, yeah! Yeah, that looks like the diamond weapon, alright. Initiating synthetic aura sight system. All sensors activated. So far, so good. Diamond weapon code named Xenos. Commencing activation sequence. Behold perfection itself. Masana, Rakan, Rux gave their lives. Others may live without fear. Our sight is taking hold. Glad that you didn't have to go through this, Alphonse. But we'll have to go without me. You and Father still must work together to... Sorry. Can't be there at your side. This is the only way. What's that, my dear? Is something the matter? Diamond weapon is mine. Your journey ends here, Valens. Lady, your aim sucks! Low-born filth! If you think your little performance had me fooled, you are sorely mistaken. What are you waiting for? Shut it down! Yes, my lord. Transmitting the activation signal. Stop responding! That insolent whelp had me worried for a moment. Bring her to me alive, even if it means damaging the machine. When I am through with her, she'll beg for death. No, I can't let this end. My son, Rakan, Rex, guard my hand. Alphonse, if you are, lend me your strength. Kingdom Hearts! Combat sample ready. Initiating Overmind. Subject Nate. Overmind? What's that? Holy crap. Cannot be! Ignore the shutdown signal and initiating the Overmind. But how? I do not care how. Stop that thing before it brings out the whole cash trunk. I'm a fire in my... Neat. Meanwhile, I'm doing boring shit. Well, let's get this over with, folks. Ready to depart. I'll send for Master Garland. Huh? Should be going down. We all expected another weapon to appear sooner or later, but not quite like this. According to Victor, after it finished laying waste to the headquarters of the 7th Legion, it took to the sky. Though this has dealt a massive blow to the Imperial forces, I'm certain that Ali is on board the weapon. It must be halted before she comes to harm. For that, I need the G-Warrior and the airships to transport it. I see. That one thing hasn't changed since days of the Black Wolf, the penchant for giant war machina. But if it means the G-Warrior has another chance to shine, I'll be happy to oblige. Only this time, rather than having it unceremoniously towed away by airships, I have a more dynamic entrance in mind. So, it's good to see you again, Angela. It's been 15 minutes. From what I hear, we have you to thank for Avelania volunteering to help the Ironworks. Since he joined the team, our work has come in leaps and bounds. I'm just grateful for the opportunity to finally put my knowledge and skills to good use. And as far as I can tell, your target is the diamond weapon, the most powerful of them all. What's worse, its design incorporates all the combat data and abilities of the other weapons, making it far more formidable than those you encountered before. Thankfully, we've had time to prepare for such an occasion. Would you care to elaborate? Let me put it this way. Thanks to our Villanel's tireless dedication to the G-Warrior has been reborn. But there'll be time to explain more on the way. Come on, the Enterprise is waiting. And thus, the truest of all Tuesdays. We're fighting off weapons. Hello. Very impressive. But may I ask what purpose this serves? Since our object is to rescue the pilot, we've added a means of capturing the diamond weapon. We come to save lives, not to end them. For that reason, the G-Warrior has been reborn. I present you the G-Savior. You have the new players in the group, prepare to wipe a lot. I'm a new player to this! We had quite a few people die in Emerald Weapon. Once again, Sid and his engineers have provided precisely what we require before we even knew it ourselves. Due to the added complexity, we'll have Gaius pilot while Indolent handles the various armaments. Agreed. There will be little opportunity for us to grow accustomed to our worlds, but even so, we must succeed at all costs. Even with experienced group players, 2 times is minimum. Well, here goes nothing. The cloud deck! Intelligence from Woolet indicates that the previous unknown weapon is laying waste to the 7th Imperial Legion's headquarters. Though it seems improbable, the war machina could turn against its creators. The letter left by Ali reveals her intention to commandeer the weapon and rescue her brother Alphonse from the Imperials. Together, with Gaius and Sid, you formulate a strategy not to destroy, but to capture the rampaging mission before any harm comes to its pilot. Well, guess we wait. Alright. Let's see how we do, folks. DPS. Wake up, DPS. There's one waking up. There's the last one. There we go. Cloud Tech. In the middle of wherever the fuck. Mark 1, Anti-Icon War Mechana, the diamond weapon. Target in sight. Pin down the salvo of missiles. Threat detected. Turning 5. Someone set us up the bomb. He just kicks a missile out of the way. There will be confusing mechanics. There's nothing. Target both tanks with lasers, so you'll have to stand away from them. Another platform over there. That did not work. Oh, I see. That's a piece, alright. Ow. Holy crap. Tough bug raining. Get him, Frank! Interesting. It's like that, huh? nothing. And you're done. Tangerfield, what hold? Once I understood what I needed to do, that was a great battle and I just had to focus. Otherwise, that was awesome. That was great. I love that. That was really great. Oh, that was a fun fight. And everything is better than Sapphire. So, Sapphire is bottom tier. Emerald and Ruby are about the same. Diamond is the best. But that's just my opinion. We must reach the diamond weapon before the Imperials. Rabbit nod. I believe it's something close to Savage. Wow, Savage seems fun then. Because once I understood what I needed to do and figured that out, I was just latched onto it. In all the years since the invasion, this place has hardly changed. I was expecting to find some sign of the 7th Legion here, but it would appear the diamond weapon has taken them out of the equation. But all weapons have extreme. Oh god. I don't think I'm ready to go into extreme just yet. I pray we are not too late. Maybe one day, but just getting through the story right now is my goal. Speaking of which, we'll probably, if this is how it wraps up here, we'll probably do Hildebrand on Thursday. Allie. You doing alright there, kid? I know I smacked you really hard, but... Allie! God, not even fast enough. I have a bunny hop. I could have jumped over there and caught her. But I just have no manners, do I? Yeah, that sounds about right. Please, take her back to Turncliffe. I have some unfinished business to attend to. Now to learn what has become of Alphonse. If you have a score to settle, now's your chance. Show yourself. Oh, it's just that guy. Come to gloat, have you guys? It's not over yet. You certainly have an instinct for self-preservation. I would expect nothing less from the coward who sacrificed his own soldiers to further his ambitions. How dare you speak to me of ambitions? You are the one who stood in my way at every turn. If not for your meddling, the Empire would have been mine! Mine! Enough of your delusions of grandeur. Where's Alphonse? Why, he's right in front of you. What? Once you hear the answer, you'll be kicking yourself for not realizing it sooner. You see, in all the previous models, the combat data was either incomplete or unstable in some way, making the performance in battle wildly unpredictable. But then an idea struck me. Rather than using data gathered in battle, I should use something a little more realistic. It turns out that beloved boy of yours was quite brilliant. He put his mind to it. By my ingenuity, he has been reborn as the core of the greatest machine ever devised. None but the great Lord Valen Zavanavaro could conceive such a marvel. And to think that Allie came here to steal the diamond weapon to save her brother, only to find that he'd already become a part of it. Perhaps it wasn't the reunion she'd envisioned, but I'm sure she was grateful nonetheless. Oh, that might also explain why the Overmind activated all by itself. It was clear an intent to protect his precious sister. A fascinating anomaly, but I can't stand in disobedience. That such atrocities should continue unabated is proof of the rot that has spread throughout the Empire. Your crimes are an affront not only to Garlemald, but all of mankind. And now you must die. Have you forgotten, Gaius? I've seen your data. I know your every move. Such pitiful swordsmanship is a relic of the past. Just like you. Terminus S. Locomotus! But this wasn't my data! Yeah, it's almost like humans grow and change stuff. Reactivating synthetic orosite system. God, the cinematic in this game have improved greatly. This cannot be! How is it still functional? Removing memory inhibitors. Nice. I do like a good revenge story. What? You? Stop this at once, please. There we go. But no, Ephraim. Wait, what is your name again? Having the names of those sacrificed to your twisted experiments are beneath your notice. You are beyond redemption. Who are you to judge, Gaius? Do you remember the names of the tens of thousands of men, women, and children killed for the sake of your conquests? I do not deny the blood spilt at my behest, nor will I run from my past. That is why I fight, to prevent the wrongs I committed from being repeated again. Stop! I beg of you! You can't do this to me! I am Valus Mono! Better than Gaius! Better than all of them! Can't end this way! Pop goes the weasel. Okay, bye. Good job, Song. That was a home run. You hit him into the outfield. I mean, how tragic. Alphonse. Alphonse, my son, I have failed you. But this is not the end. I will see your dreams fulfilled. This I swear. I ask only that you, Melisandre, Rickon, and Rex watch over me. Father, the memories stored in the diamond weapon. Give them to Allie. Watch over her in my stead. Father, I cannot go on like this. Please. I understand. Thank you. I'm proud to call myself your son. God just punched you right in the stomach with that last bit. It's been some time since I last heard from Gaius. I say, we will remain here until further notice. That was Gaius. Valen von Varro, the weapon project, are no more. Seizing the opportunity, the Werlet revolutionaries have taken control of the city. Though they still suffered considerable losses, they have at least gained their freedom. And even with the Empire gone, people like me, life under Imperial rule is all we've ever known. We might never be able to heal the scars left by decades of oppression. While there's hope for those who have survived these ordeals, nothing can bring back the dead. The loss of my wife and daughter left a void in me that none can ever fill. In the years since, I have struggled to find purpose, a reason to keep on living. It is the same for Gaius. No matter how hard he tries to make amends, the children he had lost are gone forever. Forever at your side, Severa is concerned for Ali's well-being. Events in Werlet have had a profound impact on the lives of many, many people. But none more so than Ali. She's been in a state of shock ever since she returned. We've even called in Sid to see if she can be ascertain what the problem might be. You see, there's a strong possibility that the diamond weapon itself is what caused Ali to close herself off like this. But for the time being, all we can do is wait. There's other thing. Evelina came by looking for you earlier, so perhaps you could go see her. Hey, she got that monument up. Thank you for coming to meet me. I'm glad to see you're none the worse for your experiences. Actually, I've been meaning to show you this. Thanks to the Almegan resistance, the monument to the fallen is complete. Though they may no longer be with us, we'll never forget them. This is why they'll always be a part of Turncliffe. And future generations will be reminded of the sacrifices that were made. You were always so kind to me, and now it's my turn to do the same for others. I'm never going to pronounce that name right, is absorbed in prayer. Now would be a good time to return to Severa. Here. I hope all is well with her. Actually, while you were speaking with her, I received word that Gaius will be here soon. La-di-da, let's go sit around then. I wish to see Ale. Did you send her for her? Hello, this is Peacock 1 to Eagle 6. Bring out the Alabaster unit. Roger, roger. Alley. Does she not even recognize me? At first, we thought the weapon's influence had caused this, but it seems there is more to it than that. The cryourgents say that this is most likely the result of intense trauma. Her mind has been scarred, perhaps irrecoverably, whatever. She boarded the diamond weapon with the attempt of saving her brother. Little did she know that Valens had used the synthetic Aurosite system to transform Alphonse into a living component of the machine. Then when she boarded the diamond weapon, she finally learned the horrible truth. I've never heard of anything so cruel. Have you met Xenos? Just a moment. In each of the previous cases, pilots became fused with a weapon's core. So how was it Ali able to escape a similar fate? That is one of the many things we're still looking into. There's no need. I already know the answer. It was Alphonse who kept her safe. And in the end, I was unable to save your brother, my son. All they wanted was a place to call home, where they could live in peace, but after all the pain and hardship they endured, this is their reward? No, this is not the end of the story. I taught them the strong must lead the weak, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. Those who suffered at the hands of corrupt are beyond counting. Alphonse dreamed of a land without oppressors and the oppressed, where all may live as equals. Thanks to his sacrifice, and that of his siblings, the cornerstones of such a nation have been laid. Missandei, Racon, Rex, Alphonse, and Ali. They risked everything to win the freedom of Wirlet. And now, it's come to pass. I will see that their ideas are upheld, as I swear as their father. The long and arduous process of rebuilding Wirlet has begun. The days to follow, I shall be working alongside the new government to create a place like Ali and Severa would be proud to call home. For so long all that kept me alive was hate. But the time has come to cast it aside. I'm going with you. I'll only regret it if I don't, and while nothing I do can bring back the ones I lost, I owe it to them to make the most of the life I've been given. Times change. People change. And it is just as well. We inventors would soon find ourselves out of work if everything stayed the same. If you've need for my creations, just say the word. Technology through freedom. know, Gaius, I could fill a book with all the things I've been meaning to say to you over the years. But what would be the point? What's done is done. There's only one thing, though. If anyone can get through to Allie, it's you. She looks up to you the way I did as a boy. Don't give up on her. Later, bitches. Sit out. Yeah, is that this is the Lord? That punched really hard. All my life, I've been searching for a place in the world. Everywhere I went, I was always on the outside looking in. But I realized, if we can't find one, we just have to make it ourselves. It's what I learned from Gaius' children. Despite everything, they never gave up, neither will I. For now, at least, my place is at Gaius' side. I'll follow him and see where this journey leads. Before I leave, I will tell you how grateful I am that you chose to stand with us until the end. I hope we'll meet again one day. All this time, I've been trying to convince myself that Gaius was every bit the villain I'd imagine him to be. The ruthless subjugator of nations, evil made flesh. While many who fight under the ban of Garlemald are all that and worse, I realize now that Gaius was driven by his own notions of right and wrong, misguided as they were. Since then, he has turned his back on the Empire and its hateful doctrine. His guilt and anguish may strengthen his resolve. The day I spared his life, he was given a second chance to set right the wrongs he had committed, to become the man his children believed him to be. I was a father once, a husband. In many ways, I still am. And even though they are no longer with me, I want to be someone they would be proud of. Now, I too have been given a chance to make a difference in a land far from home. I'll never forget my past, but neither will I be beholden to it. When I meet the people with it, I'll be sure to tell them the tale of your bravery and compassion. May it grant them the strength to face the struggles ahead. Pray, go in peace, my friend. Though we were brought together under strange circumstances, Victor, Severa, and I will continue to work together, at least for the foreseeable future. Well, here they are. And who might these charming young men be? They were found in the 7th Legion's headquarters, one of the few areas that escaped unscathed following the Diamond One's rampage. Perhaps that was Alphonse's intentions. Do not be afraid. We mean you no harm. That thing on your forehead. My name is Gaius Belisar. And like Valens von Varo, I was once a legatus of the Guardian Empire. Though I believe I was fighting for a just cause, my conquests came at a terrible cost. Pray, forgive me. I do not mean to scare you. If you would lend me your ears, I have a story to tell. A group of courageous young men and women, not so different from yourselves, stood up to protect their people from the tyranny of the Empire. They fought with everything they had, and finally, victory was theirs. But it came at a terrible price. As their father, I still struggle to come to terms with their sacrifice. And yet, they have entrusted the future to me, and I will stop at nothing to see their dreams fulfilled. Even so, there's only so much one old soldier can achieve by himself. I would be honored to have your support in the days to come. That is, lads. It's not as scary as he looks. But if he steps out of line, he'll have me to answer to. Though they were fortunate enough to escape the destruction of the castle, they may have been injured while fleeing. Have the Kyorians look them over and find a place for them to stay. Come along, lads. Let's get you shrimp cocktails. Maybe a mince pie or two. Oh wow. So I have a lot more. It seems the time has come for us to go our separate ways once more. I myself can scarcely believe that we were once bitter adversaries. Bitch, I'll still punch you in the jaw. But my encounters with you have led me to question the very ideals I swore to uphold. I'm still in your gunblade. What is strength? What is weakness? What is the value of that gunblade? Because I know a guy in Kugane. If those who grasp the reins of power are said to be strong, then those who lack such power must therefore be the weak. For better or worse, however, we are far more complex creatures than that. Yep! You've seen how I am with Alphon. Alphino? I will go to my grave. I carry a grudge! I see now that true strength is not granted by others, but resides within us all. Strength of character, of spirit, of resolve. Therein lies the power to cast off the shackles of oppression, to overcome any adversary, to stand firm in the face of impossible odds. You are complete. Yep! That is the strength you possess. They never leave you. It seems I will have to summon all the resolve I can muster if I am to keep my promise to Alphonse. The process of establishing the independent governance of Worlet is underway, and I will do all in my power to see it become everything my children dreamed of and more. Captain's log. For the eminent future, we shall continue to work closely with the Almegan resistance, whose role in the revolution cannot be understated. That reminds me, if you are passing by Porta Praetoria, the soldiers stationed there wish to hear your version of events. God fucking damn it. Please, give them my regards. I hope that when our paths cross again, I will have glad tidings to share with you. Till next we meet. That always sounds more ominous than that they mean to be. Send them my regards. Guys Van Belisar sends his regards. I blame the Godfather. Right. Come, GG. We have to go to a very bad accent over here. Welcome back, Indolence. Congratulations on another hard-earned victory. Ever since we first heard the news, I've been dying to hear exactly how it all unfolded. So, what can you tell me of this diamond weapon? Alright, have you ever seen Jaws? And have you ever seen Godzilla? And have you ever seen Pacific Rim? Holy shit, by Guillermo del Toro. I mean, Balrog was weird. Even for the Empire, that must be a new law. Those poor orphans. I can only pray that the citizens of Woodit are able to enjoy the freedom that Geist's wards gave their lives for. Says the launcher is shutting down. Thank you, Microsoft. Yay! Now we can all use window launcher instead. At the very least, we need no longer live in fear of the monstrous escalations birthed by the weapons project. I shall add your account to our official report. Finally, on behalf of the enemy resistance and the whole of Eosia, for that matter, allow me to express my heartfelt gratitude. Thank you. Now all of it comes to steam. Hell yeah! Nice! And another day fulfilled. What the hell's gonna happen now? Father, the memories stored in the diamond weapon. Give them to Allie. Manly tears! Shadowbringers just does not let up on the face punches it brings. And the gut punches. Hey, she got your stolen eyes. Oh god, it's bright. It's the light of the crystal. Oh no. Not like this. Oh no. I still want his armor. Where the fuck did you hide your armor, guys? What? Oh no. Oh, they're really doing the low blows. The storyline is taking no fucking prisoners. Did you see this shit? Swear to God, if they think this town is suddenly haunted and burn the fucker down, I'm leaving. Alright. No more drinking for me. Hey, it's Nero. And that one. You got told off. I like how the guard is like, I do not get paid for ghost hauntings. Projections from within the synthetic horror site. These are his memories. Their memories. Oh god. Holy shit, that's the light of the crystal, alright. Yeah. Oh, the music. Oh no. Oh, Shadow the Hedgehog's back. I don't want to live in a world without you. That's why I'm going with you. Not now, Ellie. Now is not your time. Father still needs you. Please take care of him in our place. If you're worried about Alphonse, don't be. He's got us for company. I want you to see this new world for yourself. We will be forever by your side, Allie. Ah, yeah, it's like a crystal. I'm the only one left. But I'll never be alone. Father. Wow, shit. Finn. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and you beautiful rainbow people in between, thank you so much for watching Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers side storyline of the weapons. Tomorrow, we start our road towards Elden Ring with Dark Souls 1. And then on Thursday, we'll be back with more Final Fantasy XIV as we pick up the Hildebrand storyline, Part 3. Then we'll be wrapping up the week with Dark Souls again. In the meantime, you all have a good day. And have a good sleep. Or a good cry, because god damn! I hate to love it. I hate that Gaius just got like a speed run of redemption. But I also like how the orphans turned out. I would have preferred them all alive, but you know, all's well that ends well, I suppose. Would have been fun to personally just bash Valen's face in with my knees, but you know. All of the feels. All of them. God. between the Seto scene with Oddbert and this, Shadowbringers really took no prisoners. In the meantime, you all have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.